Welcome back to another video, a review. Yep, we've got to do our reviews. We need a review, wizard. And this one, you must have heard of Sonia Poulton. Of course you have. If you haven't, all the links to Sonia Poulton will be in the comments below, and to the full video of where this clip has been taken. It's all going on in the world, isn't it, with the Madeleine McCann search, and according to Sergeant Sinclair on Instagram, Julia Vendel has admitted she is not Madeleine McCann. But this video, I may actually be inadvertently smarter than I look, because it seems Sonia Poulton echoes a few things that I've said in my other lives. So, the video in question is here. Madeleine McCann, police search in Portugal, regards Sonia Poulton. You can watch on a Monday and a Friday at 9 a.m. Let's get on with what Sonia says. That'd be a good little segment in her show, wouldn't it? Sonia says. But let's listen to what Sonia has said, and let me know what you think in the comments. I may obviously be stopping it here and there so we can have our little say.
This show would not be this show without me commenting on the farce that is taking place in Portland.
See, straight away, did I not say it's an absolute joke? It's a farce. It's just all for show and there's no purpose. It's probably a waste of money and they get nothing out of it. Straight in there. There we are. Sonia, it's a farce. See? We're like two peas from the same pod. Don't tell Sonia I said that, though.
Portugal at this moment in time. German police are back in Prada Luge, where Madeleine McCann went missing in 2007. They're there for the whole week to dig up more scrubland. German police are said to have requested the searches as prosecutors race against time. And you know what they're up to. German police are so desperate to keep Christian B inside that they will do anything now. 30 German police officers in.
And I think that's the problem, because you may even see in the UK press. I can't think what article it was, but the headline in itself is trying to find evidence for prime suspect Christian Bruckner. That's back to front, don't you think? They're trying to find evidence for the prime suspect. Well, surely you're looking for evidence full stop. You don't find a prime suspect and then say, oh, right, we need to find evidence now for him. Like, that just doesn't add up to me at all. I think that's why maybe I use the word scapegoat. You don't look for evidence in order to charge a prime suspect. You're looking for evidence for whatever purposes to get evidence or whoever it may be involved. I don't know, just, you know what I'm getting at? It just doesn't sound right.
Including forensic experts, are working alongside Portuguese authorities. It's a joint investigation focusing on uncovering new evidence that could link Christian B to Madeleine McCann. Everybody knows my.
See, like Sonia's just said then, to link Christian Bruckner to the Madeleine McCann. That's not right. That's round the wrong way.
My take on this. I've been to the scene of crime twice. I've talked to all the people involved. I've received stuff from the original police investigation. Yep. I've made 2 documentaries. Madeleine McCann was not abducted.
There you go. Madeleine McCann was not abducted. Yeah, you'll find on Sonia's YouTube page, she has a couple. I can't remember the name of it off by hand, but she's got a good documentary. It's about an hour long with regards to Madeleine McCann. So check out Sonia's YouTube page. The links will be in the description.
And she certainly was not abducted by Christian Bruckner. The answer, as is so often the way with these things, is a lot closer to home, kids. And I don't need you to tell. I don't You don't need me to tell you that, right?
Definitely not. No,
of course, a number of searches have taken place since 2007. There was the initial one in 2007, then there was one in 2013. Then there was another one in 2020 when the Portuguese police searched Wells. And then there was a further search to do with Christian B in 2023. They spent a lot of money, garnered a lot of press, and found absolutely nothing. Now they are back amidst much media hoo-ha. And I truly do believe that this is one of our biggest cover-ups that involves multiple prime ministers and home secretaries. Where they are, I know it quite well. I've been there. I've explored it. It's a large area of scrubland. Even if they found Madeleine McCann, there is no evidence to suggest it was Christian B. If they had evidence to truly implicate Christian B in the disappearance of Madeleine McCann, we all know they would have already stuck it on him. They tried.
Of course they would. I mean, I've said it. I have actually said that, haven't I? That's crazy. But there are a few people thinking along the same lines, and for blooming good reason.
Everything. In a recent court hearing in Germany where he wasn't even being tried to do with Madeleine McCann, they shipped in British police to try and attach Madeleine's name to the case, and I really resent it. I think it's really wrong. Let's be really clear. This man, Christian B, is evil. A reprehensible piece of filth. Absolutely. He's done a multitude of horrendous things, and he should be near neither elderly people or children. But Madeleine McCann is not one of them. Nope. He is literally a reprobate who they have attempted to hang a crime onto, and it's wrong. And of course, the Sun newspaper. And if we're talking about filth when it comes to the media, you don't get much more filthy than the Sun. Certainly not in England, right? No. The Sun newspaper is behind this. They are invested in maintaining the abduction narrative because they have made a fortune from selling that particular lie.
Yep. And the documentary that was absolute rubbish. I mean, Sonia even had it like, I watched the documentary so you don't have to. Basically, like, she's done you a favour there. And Sonia will always point you in the right direction. Facts, evidence, then she talks. It's not just like, you know, just off the top of her head. She doesn't come out with this just for the sake of it or for clicks or views. We're not like Sean Atwood. This is like, you know, she does a lot of work. I mean, she's one of the journalists in 2025 that, for me, she has my respect. She should have your respect. And again, like, the links to her are in or will be in the description. So go follow her, check her out on live on a Monday and a Friday morning. I believe that she started doing things on a Wednesday evening as well. So, but get over there, subscribe, support her, check her out. I mean, there's a great chat going on. I don't actually involve myself in the chat so much anymore, but maybe I should, but I don't, but I should. But what Sonia says is backed up. She doesn't just come out and say it. And she said as much with what she's saying here on Andrew Gold, Heretics, another channel that you should check out.
They also got involved with Channel 4 recently, probably literally one of the worst documentaries I've seen on Channel 4. Yeah. Channel 4 are many things, but they can, for the most part, produce fairly decent documentaries. And I say fairly decent, and I talk about in terms of kind of like legacy media. And so what's happening is I have people in PDL saying to me, oh my God, they're doing it again. We're heading for summer. They are determined to bring people back here again, just as we're trying to get on with our lives. Yeah. And it is really wrong. And obviously, former Portuguese cop Gonzalo Amaral, who was the original coordinating police officer who fell foul of the British government. He's been speaking out about the new search. He said this much wasn't needed. He said a plane with geo radar would have been enough and reduced the search area. Yep. And he's repeated the claims that Christian Bruckner is a scapegoat. In fact, it was Gonzalo Amaral who said a few years back, they will find a German patsy. He knew. And maybe he knew because he was part of the original police investigation and it was already on the horizon. Who can ever tell? But so far, they found squat. They found absolutely squat. And Amaral is, so he gave an interview to a Portuguese newspaper yesterday, and he said there are strong indications Madeleine's body was placed under another in a coffin, and Prada Luge was incinerated in Ferreiro do Alejandro. No, it's not Alejandro, Alejandro. I'm struggling to pronounce that.
Yeah.
Maybe just because I think the whole thing is a farce. It makes me so
Fleming
angry.
is.
£14 million that the British taxpayers have paid for a crime that not only didn't happen in this country,
Yep.
but there are people who have never
Lot
been
of
interviewed
money.
about being there. It is an absolute fact. Ask anybody, certainly to do with missing children. When a child goes missing, 8 out of 10 occasions, it is a person known to the child. And yet
Yep.
Operation Grange, the British investigation into the disappearance of Madeleine McCann, chose not to investigate either Kate or Jerry McCann or their doctor friends. And you know what I think about all of that. And if you don't, please feel free to watch my documentaries. Follow the money, says Shanti.
It's time.
There you go. Do you agree? Do you agree with what Sonia said? I mean, for me, I mean, it's spot on. I genuinely think Christian Bruckner is a scapegoat. It seems strange that they're trying to link evidence to him. That, like I said earlier, it's back to front. It is back to front. But if you want it, if you actually want it as is, fact-wise, check out Sonia Poulton on YouTube. Great channel. She's a great lady, a great journalist. So nothing but respect. Let me know what you think of what she said in this video. Let me know if you agree or disagree for whatever reason. But either way, I'll be very interested to see what you say. And like I say at the end of every single video, be wizard, stay wizard. That's the wizard's words.